Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however you come across it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And if you find any value in the video and you want to like and or subscribe, you are invited to do so. I don't get any money from these videos. This will never be a monetized channel, but it does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and find the channel as well, just like you did. So thank you so much if you feel so inclined to do that. Also, if you have any particular message that's coming to you directly from the card, from the reading, we'll go through the book in a little bit and look at that together for the first time. I haven't looked at the book reading yet. This is from, this is card number 64, representing the bigger picture from the Crystal Grid Oracle by Nicola McIntosh. And this is pulled from our MEGADECK. We have been going through every single card that has never been pulled on this channel in any other reading from any other deck. And we're going to go through the entire thing one random card at a time. So today's card is the card number 64, which represents or reduces down to the number 1. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is obviously 1. 1 is the first step that you take when you are initiating a new path, a new practice, a new way of doing things, a new paradigm for you. Alrighty. Number 1 is a very important number. This is new beginnings, new ways of looking at things in, for example, our card for today, the bigger picture. Wavelite is the stone at the center. And let me tell you a little bit about Wavelite. This is from the Crystal Council, of course. It is a recently new finding. It was named after the person that first discovered it in Devon, England in 1805, William Wavell. It forms in phosphate rock in skinny needle-like crystals, little stalactite clusters, or as a spherical structure, and it's usually green in various states of and shades of green. But it is a stone of love, peace, truth, compassion, and intuition. And obviously green for the heart chakra. We also have for our crystal grid the hexagram, or a hexagon, depending on whether you want to see the star formation or the open geometric structure itself in this grid. Your emotional body will immediately become rejuvenated with powerful life force energy when working with the energy of this stone. It brings a softer side out of you that you may not typically allow the world to see. So definitely feminine energy in here. Wavelite pushes you to feel compassion for those around you, even strangers. This stone brings out the good in humanity and is here to bring everyone together through love. As you become more connected to yourself and those closest to you, everyone in your life will begin to share a single lifeline. Your intuition naturally rises when working with Wavelite and can help you better understand what is bothering you or your loved ones. Naturally, you may be hesitant to voice your problems and show your truest emotions, but Wavelite helps bring these emotions to the surface so that they may be dealt with. By facing these feelings and accepting that they're there, you can then move forward and begin to grow beyond them. So, beautiful energy of this stone itself. What am I getting? Her messages directly from this image from the card. Go ahead and take your left hand, your non-dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you'll want to use your right hand and put it right over the energy, right over the image of the card itself. You've got chakras in the palm of your hand as well as your fingertips. They are going to be activated from the energy that's coming from the image of this card as it sits in front of you right now on the screen. So go ahead and feel free to do that if you like to, and get an actual connection with the card itself, with the image of the card itself on the screen in front of you. Yes, love, compassion, forgiveness, forgiveness, very strong forgiveness energy from this card of releasing. We've been talking about that a lot. And the idea of seeing the bigger picture, of stepping. I love this concept of Bashar, where we look at something as if it were in a box. We look at it in a memory, we're looking at a situation, we're looking at an emotion, and we put it in a box. It's a completely clear, transparent box. We can see completely right through it. We can identify what it is that we've put in the box, but we put it in the box and we step away. We walk away from the box. We go and look outside the box and see the bigger picture. Where does this fit in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things? Where does this actually belong in terms of priority, in terms of importance? A lot of times I'm reminded of the Eisenhower grid, where we keep sticking things that are urgent but not important in the urgent and important spot. And we, I think, are being called with this energy of this card, this image, the crystal itself, to see that bigger picture, to step outside of that situation and imagine ourselves as our higher self. Imagine that you are that eternal soul. Feel intuitively in your heart, in your belly, the solar plexus chakra right below the heart chakra. Those two chakras combined is your gut feelings, how you feel intuitively. Messages and pictures will come to you through third eye chakra for sure, but heart and solar plexus very strong with this card. Forgiveness, release, letting go, stepping outside of the situation and looking at the big picture, having compassion for everybody, including yourself in the situation. Allow that people have made mistakes, maybe have said things that they would have preferred not to have said, but once you say it, your ego kind of gets in there, and then you get bound and determined to hold your space, hold that place, that you're going to die on that hill, on that mountain, right? That's the battle that you're not willing to give up. And a lot of times they're not that important in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things. So I really feel like this energy is asking us, inviting us, and encouraging us from our spirit team, our cosmic team that is always available to us 24/7 with wisdom and guidance and knowledge, sometimes even actual information downloads. And you've gone through this before, so try to look outside of your frame of reference and see the bigger picture. And this card is going to give you an opportunity to do that. Let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for our card 64, Bigger Picture. We've also got, besides bigger picture, we've got clearing the way and compassion. And we're working here in this grid with Wavelite, quartz, and aventurine. And aventurine's one of my favorite stones to work with, especially with the heart chakra. Wavelite, a phosphate mineral that forms clusters, comes in beautiful shades of green, from emerald, pale and bright, to apple green. It's time to look at the bigger picture. There may be something you need to look at from a different point of view and change your dialogue about. Do you want something better for yourself but can't work out why it's not manifesting? You might be looking at it from the wrong angle. For instance, you might want to leave your job so you can follow your passion, and your question keeps returning to you. When am I going to leave? Instead, ask yourself, I look forward to living my passion of helping others. Feel the difference in energy or emotion that comes from both of these statements. One coming from a place of hopelessness, desperation, and negativity, and one from a positive, optimistic, and joyful. When you change the dialogue you keep repeating, you also change the emotion of the statement. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. Gosh, how many times have I said that on this channel? Take a deep breath. Step back and focus on what is in front of you. Answers are not always black and white, and sometimes the truth is something you don't see. Ask what the bigger picture is when you are not seeing and how you can learn from this. Remember that we are here to learn lessons and grow, and we are not perfect. You are human, and when you step back to see the bigger picture, you can see things with more compassion and love. And our exercise. If there is a situation that you need to see from a different angle, then journeying or meditating with Wave-O-Light could be beneficial for you. Set your intention of the journey or meditation as being able to see the bigger picture, and ask for Spirit, God, Source, Universe to guide you to see from a different angle what you're not seeing in this moment. You could also ask for Spirit to show you in your dreams or send you a sign. Calling in eagle or owl medicine is also good for this work, as they soar high above and see with such precision. Owls can see well in the dark and seek out truth. So if something is hidden, then owl can help you find it. Well, that's cool. Thank you. That's awesome. I would not have put owl with this card, but I personally enjoy working with owl spirit and encourage you, if you feel like doing that as well, this is your opportunity to do that. Owl, eagle, hawk, any of the raptors, they see for miles and they can see the bigger picture. As the reading said in the book, and as I have said so many times on this channel before, sometimes we can't see what's in front of us because we're just too up close. We're just too in the middle of it. Our ego is invested in something, and we need to step back. We need to step out of that picture, completely out of the frame, and look at it from a distance and see what's around it. How is this situation affecting the bigger environment around you? How is it affecting your community, the company that you're working with, not just the little department? Try to see the bigger picture and then step farther back and see, how does it affect your health? How does it affect your finances? How does it affect other people's health and finances? Is this something where, in the case of the book's example, you're in a job, it's a grind. Every day when the alarm goes off, it's a battle to get out of bed. You don't want to be there. You're not happy there. You feel like you're losing yourself in this. Step back. Don't make it that important, okay? Whatever it is, it's probably not as important as it's looking like to you right now in this situation. And you are being invited, encouraged, supported in the concept of stepping outside of it and giving yourself an opportunity to see a different solution, a different option that you couldn't see because it was just too much in your face. If it's a job, the main reason why you're doing it is to pay your bills and to give you an opportunity to look for something better. I have been in situations where things were really bad in an environment, in work, or in a relationship. What helped me, and I encourage you to do the same, again, besides stepping outside and seeing that bigger picture, asking God, universe, source, for help. Help me. Help me see what I'm not seeing. Help me understand what I can't get a hold of to make this make sense in my mind for me personally. And you'll see opportunities, you'll see options that you couldn't see before when you were right in the middle of it. And you'll also realize that you can take a step besides quitting the job, besides walking out of the relationship. You can take a step to make things actually better now in your situation by simply pulling up the Craigslist job listings, or going online and doing whatever your favorite browser search is for jobs, employment in whatever area you're in, and just look at what's available to you. Just take a look. What's going to happen is as soon as you start looking at options, you're going to start seeing opportunities. Ideas are going to start coming into your mind. You're going to feel yourself expanding where you've before been contracting and pulling yourself in and holding yourself in and being in that state of fear, of anxiety, of frustration, of anger. Those are all very contracting. They make your energy very closed off and dark and heavy. So allowing yourself to look, just see what's out there. You're not putting in an application. You're not giving notice at your current job. Just look. See what else is out there. If you're in a relationship that is not going well, do two things for yourself as a favor. Number one, ask yourself, is it worth the investment of love that's going to be required to help it heal? Or is this an unretrievable situation and the only thing you're going to do is just continue getting sucked into the black hole? You have to make that determination in whatever situation you're in. Is this salvageable or not? Is it worth salvaging or not? Those two questions, and ask for it from a place of love. A lot of times we stay in situations where if we didn't stay, an opportunity for that other person doesn't become available as well, and we're not doing them any favors as well as ourselves. So that's where that bigger picture comes in. You really need to give yourself the opportunity to look at everything that's available and stop just narrowing in on this tiny little piece. Got a thorn in your foot? Do two things. Pull it out and then work on the healing. But in order to do that, you have to lean back away from the thorn and look at the situation as a whole. Then you'll know what the right path is. Then you'll know what the next right action is. Always ask for that guidance, that clarification from the place of love. What's the best thing I can do in this situation? What's the thing that would be most helpful, most beneficial for me and everybody else? So, same message we keep getting, no surprise. Our purpose for being here, every single one of us, is to somehow find a way where we can be our authentic selves and show other people that they can be their authentic selves, and coming from that place where we feel safe and secure in ourselves. We don't have to hurt other people to advance our own path. We don't have to take advantage of other people. And they don't have to do that either. Once we show people how it's done, where they can feel secure in themselves and safe and love themselves unconditionally, good, bad, and neutral. and want to encourage everything that is good, beneficial, and want to convert everything that's not as good, not as beneficial into things that are more beneficial and more healthy for us and everybody else. It always benefits the collective as a whole. It always benefits humanity as a whole, which is the collective. That is the collective. So, yes, that is our reading for the day. So, very strong, very healing, very compassionate, very intuitive guidance, love, energy coming from this reading. So, be blessed. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Step back, take that bigger picture look. You'll find the answers that you're looking for. They're in you. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to see them. So, I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.